indicate the record.
Okay, it is recording. You can write it also. How will you write?
By using system, sir.
No. I am talking about
Yeah. Yeah, you can write.
how. How will you? 5 GB, right?
Yes, sir.
It's like microphone, huh? Okay. So should I'm backtracking, okay? So what's the difference between computer science and software engineering?
Computer science and fundamental.
Yeah, and
Software use not theory.
right. Software cannot be over engineered, is it true?
Yes.
That means, can you give an example?
Like civil engineering.
Yeah, in civil engineering, in a beam. Yeah, okay. Then hardware wears out, but software doesn't wear out. Hardware wears out. There is a graph I taught you. What's the name of the graph? Bathtub graph. Bathtub graph. Remember? Like this. Okay. Today I am going to talk about software process. Okay. Software process. Suppose for each and every process there are some specific attributes, right? Suppose here at IIUC we are trying to transfer the city campus into this permanent campus. So we have some activities left, right? Okay. What kind of activities? Can you explain? We have to bring all those computers, all those chairs here. So this is transformation process. For each and every process there should be some activities in. There are some activities, okay, in order to accomplish the transformation. So in case of software process, it is actually a set of activities. A software process is a set of activities. What is the goal of the activities? The goal of the activities is to produce a high quality software product. Okay. So software process is a set of software activities, and what will the activities do? It will produce a software product. There are many activities, but in general there are 4 activities. One is software specification, another is software development, another is software validation, and another is software evaluation, right? Okay. Coming back to software specification. Software specification means software requirement. What is the meaning of specification? Requirement, right? Okay. Then you have software development. After getting the requirement from whom? The customer. The customer, you will develop the software. You means the developer will develop the software. Then the developer will validate the software. That means he will test the software, and afterwards he will evaluate the software. Evaluate the software means he will update the software. He will maintain the software if it is required. Got my point? Software specification. Suppose you are customer, you are developer. You are giving the specification. Customer is giving a specification to whom? The developer. The developer will develop the software. After developing the software, he will validate the software. That means test the software, right? Then he will evaluate the software if it is necessary. That means again he can give you another requirement. Evaluation means maintenance, okay, update, those kind of things. Yeah. Like we say theory of evaluation, theory of updating. Okay, go. Yeah, looping up to a specific level. So you guys understand me very well. Alhamdulillah, I am happy that you guys understand what I am trying to convey. Next. Software process model. Okay, software process model is the description of software. It is a software descriptor. Okay, and each and every descriptor will have its own viewpoint. Got my point? Own viewpoint or own representation. We will see several process models. Like we will see linear sequential model, waterfall model, rapid application development model, spiral model. Each and every process model is a description of the simplified description of the software, but each and every process model has its own viewpoint. Got my point? That means they are giving the description, simplified description of the software, but according to their own viewpoint. We will read these process models later on in next class, inshallah. Okay. Now methods and tools. Okay. Suppose I tell you to make Nigerian manganese for me. Okay. Now in it, you are the cook of the show. You are cooking. You are giving some, telling this is the way. What to do? Methods means what to do. Yeah, the procedure. How much manganese you should give, how much chili, okay, what to do, how much time you should cook it, okay. And what are the tools here? Manganese, chili, then those are the onions, okay. Those are the things to make the noodles. In case of cake, then sugar, dim means egg, flour, all those things are components. And for how much you should mix it, okay, how many hours you should cook, those are the methods, okay. Now in case of software, this is the same thing, okay. Method means what to do, what you should do in order to develop the software. That means the techniques that you should apply in order to develop the software. And tools, here we have generally two meaning. One meaning is the tools or the components that are used in order to develop the software. Suppose you are developing one software, in order to develop the software you need compiler, word processor, those are software tools. Got my point? Software tools are word processor, compiler, those are used in order to develop your software. Another representation is the notations that we use to specify problems and design. You will see this later, okay. We will have some notations, graphical representations in order to specify the software problems and the design, okay. You will see these things later on, the tools, okay. You will see computer aided software engineering tools like Visual Basic. Have you ever worked with Visual Basic? That is case tool, okay. You will see DFD, data flow diagram, then you will see ER diagram. I think you have done ER diagram in database, entity relationship diagram. Those are tools, okay. Those are the notations to specify the problem and the design, okay. Now, so what are the methods used? Methods are used for specifying, designing and constructing the software, okay. For specifying means for requirement analysis, okay. Then designing and constructing the software, okay. A set of tools are used in conjunction with the methods techniques for the production of outputs. That means methods are the techniques that are used for specifying the requirements, designing and constructing or developing of the system, and tools are used with the methods in order to develop the software. Tools are actually the components in order to develop the software. Okay, cost of software engineering. Do you guys know about real-time system? Suppose he is very sick, though alhamdulillah he looks very good, okay. Suppose you have become very sick, okay. I have taken you to Ibn Sina. You know Ibn Sina hospital in Dhaka, okay. There is one hospital, renowned hospital, and I am saying, Abu Bakr, okay, you have some apparatus connected to your body, okay, and they have told you to run. At that time you are running, okay. All those data from your body are going to the computer at real time, okay. What is real time? What is the definition of real time? That means if you can get the output within 1/10 of second, then that is real time. 1/10 of second means 1 divided by 10 seconds. That means suppose this one, this one I am moving very fast. Okay, if I move, there are some images, stationary images, static images. If I move some static images within 1/10 of second, very quickly, you will see the images moving. Actually, you cannot perceive that these are still images. You will see those moving. See, so that is real-time system. That means it will give you the output so quickly that you will not perceive there is any time lag or any time delay. Okay. So real-time system is, it will give you the output within 1/10 of second. Okay, and I have told you that in medical sector they have real-time system. They will attach sensors to your body and they will take up your blood pressure, your all those data. Okay, at real time in order to diagnose what problem you have. Okay. Now, can you tell me that different softwares have different cost? If there is a web connected software or web based software and there is a real time software, which one will cost more? Why?
Because it will
Immediate output. So real time software requires more extensive validation than web based system. Validation means testing. If it requires more testing, then it certainly has more cost associated with it. Okay, so that is the cost of the software. It will depend upon the software. Okay, that how much validation it will need, how much design it will need. Okay, next. Yes, sir.
Sometimes
Backtrack.
Sometimes in the, let's say, restaurant or something like that, they use some type of, in libraries, in some of the libraries, they use some type of software. When you come to the library, when you use your ID card, the door will open. If you are not a student of that university, the door will not open.
Okay, for punch card, you are talking about the punch card or the smart card. Actually, that is no. That is one kind of embedded system. You know embedded system. Digital watch is an embedded system. Then microwave oven is an embedded system. It's an electronic device that is using computer systems. That is embedded system. Okay.
They are not software, they are embedded.
No, there are also software. Okay, there is software.
But
Otherwise, how?
electronics.
Through electronics devices. Okay, like in traffic lights, you saw red, yellow, green.
Yeah.
It's going on and off. Okay, that is electronic device, but there are some algorithms out there when it will on, when it will be on, when it will be off. That is embedded system. Okay, there is software obviously. Otherwise, after 5 minutes, yellow will be off, green will be on. Okay, there are some specified minutes. Okay, in your country also you have seen it. Okay. Actually, I want to skip this slide because I have told you that software process model, there are different kinds of software process model. I have told you waterfall model, linear sequential model, iterative model, component based model. All these models I will talk to you details in next slide. Okay, next class actually I will finish to this slide. Okay, so what is software engineering method? It is a structured approach. What do you mean by structured approach? Structured approach means it will follow some rules and regulations. Okay, unstructured means it can be haphazard. Okay, so software method is a structured approach in order to develop a software. What is the aim of the software? The aim of the software is to produce a high quality software. It should maintain QoS, quality of service of the software. So these will identify functional components of a system. These will identify functional components of a system. What is the functional component of a system? Now, functional component means the system's function, the system's behavior, the system's function, the system's behavior. Like in library management system, there are some functions for the library management procedure. Okay, what will you have to do? You will have to go to the library, okay, and sit in the computer, and you will go to the website. If it is a paid version of a PDF, you have to pay through your credit card and get the PDF. Okay, so those are the functional components of the system. And non-functional component means the security of the system, the reliability of the system. Like you are using your credit card, okay, if it is not secured, all your money from your credit card will be hacked. Okay, so there are actually two kinds of requirements. One is functional requirement, another is non-functional requirement. In functional requirement means the system's behavior, how it will behave. How it will behave in a library management system. If it is a free PDF, you can download it. If it is a paid version of a PDF, you have to buy it from the library, suppose. Okay, that is the behavior of the system. And non-functional is reliability, security. You will see this in details next time around. But just remember, functional requirement means behavior, and non-functional means those things attached with the functional behavior. That means reliability, security, portability. You understand portability? Okay. So, what is this thing means? What does it mean? Method. Method means the structured approach, okay, for the development of a software in a cost-effective way. Why cost-effective way? You will develop such a software, it will maximize your profit. That means it will cost you least and give you the most benefit. That means you have to do cost benefit analysis. What kind of analysis? Cost benefit analysis. I don't know why is Samsuddin absent today. He's there in the dorm, right? He's not in the dormitory. Okay. Maybe he thinks it's too easy. Okay. Okay. Now, again, I am repeating. Cost effective way means cost benefit analysis. Okay. You have to calculate the cost, how much it will cost, and you will have to calculate the benefit of the software. That means you will try to develop it with least cost and more benefit. Okay. So, what are the keywords out here? What are the keywords out here? Structure approach, then another is cost effective. Okay. Okay. Next. These are the method components. Okay. What are the components that will be used inside the method? Can you just read it loudly? The components? Yeah, read it loudly. Sit down, read it loudly. Sit down.
This method includes different components. System model descriptor, what type of graphical techniques is used.
Just say system model.
Okay.
Yeah,
System model descriptors.
rules.
Number 2, rules. Number 3, recommendations. Number 4, process guidance.
Okay, I am explaining it now. Okay, the components of the methods. Number one is system model descriptor. Okay, it will have one graphical technique to model the software components. We will see the graphical technique. We will see DFD, decision tree, those graphical techniques to model the software components. All the software components will be modeled graphically. We will see it. Okay. Then rules. Rules means I have told you there should be some structured approach, rules, regulations in order to implement those particular methods. Okay. Then recommendations. There should be good design practices, good software design practices. That means, suppose you're implementing such a method, there is no documentation. Is it a good design practice? There should be documentation. Or you have just done user documentation, no system documentation, so it is not good design practice. So recommendation is there should be good design practices. And process guidance means there should be a description of activities that will tell you that which activities to be followed after which activity. Okay, so process guidance, suppose I am your guide, I am telling you first go there, turn right, turn left. Okay, and in case of process guidance there should be description of activities which may be followed in order to develop a high quality software. So what are the method components? Number one is the descriptors. The descriptors will graphically represent the method. Then there should be some rules and regulations. Okay, and there should be some recommendations in order to implement those rules and regulations. Last but not the least, what is the last point? Can you tell?
That is guidance.
Guidance. What will guidance do? It will have some activities. Okay, so that you can build your software optimally. Assalamu alaikum. Next. Okay, professional and ethical responsibility of a software engineer. A software engineer should be confidential. You know confidential? That means suppose you are given to build one very secret software that has the very important documents, you know, government data, government information, but you are not confidential, you have sold those information to somebody else. So that is very bad. A software engineer should have confidentiality. He should have competence. Okay, he should be good enough. Okay, if somebody builds one software in America, he should try to overwhelm the software. Okay, he should try to make a software better than him. Okay, he should be competitive. Okay, then intellectual property rights. Okay, intellectual property rights means he should have certain intellectuality, okay, in order to develop the software. Okay, then you will also click. Okay, no, go behind. ACM IEEE Joint Task Force, they have given some code of ethics for software engineer. Like for doctors, they have some code of ethics. Doctors, do you know?
Yes.
That they are bound to treat everyone, whether he is black, white, green, yellow. They should not look at body color. That is one of the code of ethics of doctors. Similarly, software engineers should have code of ethics. ACM and IEEE jointly have given some code of ethics for whom? Software engineers. Let's go to the code of ethics. Next. Okay. Yeah. Oh, computer misuse, I have actually told it. Computer misuse means you should not hack the software. Hack other species. Okay. You know all the pros and cons, how to go through one's system, how to damage it. You should not misuse the computer. Okay. Now let's go next slide. Now I just want to tell that if you remember the code of ethics of footballers, you will be able to write this. Okay, Nigerian footballers, they should play for public interest. Okay, so that public is happy. They should play for public interest. Nigerian football is playing hanky panky like Bangladeshi footballers. Okay, so they should play for public interest so that public is happy. I am telling about footballers, it's the same. Okay, now the footballers, they should not be selfish, they should be helpful to their colleagues. Okay, like if I give a pass to my colleague, he can give a goal, but you are not giving the pass, you are taking the ball, Nigerian footballers, and losing against Argentina, very bad. Okay, then suppose Abu Bakr says, I am better than Messi. Okay, I have learned everything of football. It's bad, you will never improve. You should dedicate your life for lifelong learning. Okay, you should dedicate your life for lifelong learning. Okay, and you should maintain a high standard. You should be able to give at least one goal in 3 matches, not 30 matches, 3 matches. Okay. So these are the code of ethics for software engineer also. I am just telling you why, so that you can remember. While writing in the exam hall, you will just think, oh, sir said that this is analogous to this. Okay, so you can match it up. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So number one, software engineers also should work for public interest. Okay. They should follow all the comments of the employer and client. Okay. That means they should work in the manner which is the best interest for their employer and clients. The employer, whatever the employer and client say, they should work like this. Like whatever the coach say, you should play like that in football. The coach says you to be a defender, you have gone to be a striker. It's very bad. Okay. I am just giving an analogy, and you are taking it word by word. That's the big problem. Okay. They software engineers generally work in teams. You know, one software it has to be developed by 4 or 5 people. If they have some clash between them, you know, clash, superiority complex between them, so nobody is inclined to give up their work for the other. Okay, then you cannot develop a software. You should be helpful to your colleagues. Okay, and supportive to your colleagues, and you should participate in lifelong learning. Okay, you cannot say that I have learned everything. Okay, and last but not the least, you should maintain high quality software. Okay, standard, so that the software will follow QoS, quality of service. Okay, is there any question today from today's lecture?